All right, peace, brothers and sisters. Shalom, shalom. I want to go into something again, talking about the legendary street figure by the name of Bimmy, aka James Antney. I was listening to something by Divine. I forgot what his show is called, but I'm gonna put it in the link once I upload this video, and you can go on his show and you can see his commentary of how he broke down how Bimmy was telling back in the day, and he was a confidential informant. And I was thinking about it. I said it does make sense, is because, you got the people that he was rolling with back in the day, Supreme McGriff, you got his nephew Prince. You got a lot of those guys, they went to jail, see, and they doing time, even though Supreme went to jail because he did some dumb stuff. He kept some tapes, and it probably was other things that they got him for too. But I think he had a tape. He had the taping of E Moneybags when he got assassinated. He got shot and killed out there in the projects. I think when the feds or the police, same thing, when they came into his apartment, they found that tape in there. See? And that's one of the things that they got him for. But it's kind of funny when they did the Supreme Team documentary, which was narrated by Nas. They didn't have Bimmy on there, and they said that one of the reasons, I thought it was because he had a relationship with 50 Cent, but it's coming out now that's not the case. One of the reasons why he wasn't in it is because they saying that a lot of them knew that he may have been telling the police on certain things. So Divine was talking about, like I said, I don't remember a lot of those legal terms that he was talking about because I'm studying it myself. But he was saying that a lot of times, because Mikey B and them they stand in guard for this man. They got a lot of love for him. A lot of these Bloods and stuff like that. So they going against the paperwork that Zip the Drip dropped on Bimmy, showing that Bimmy was an informant because his name was on certain paperwork. And Divine was saying that it's true. He was saying that you can't make up paperwork. The docket numbers that's on those papers and stuff like that, those are real dockets. All you have to do is go on different websites dealing with the criminal justice system or something like that. You could type those things up and they gonna come up. And he said another thing, that when a person, if you dealing with the feds, you got to be truthful, unless they gonna throw your case out. And he was like, that person that said certain things about Bimmy, he was like, that's true. He said, because if it's found out that the guy's lying, they're not even going to present a lot of this stuff in court. And he said another thing too is that a lot of times on paperwork, they don't even put the confidential informant in the paperwork. They talk about what he was talking about with them, whether it's lawyers and stuff like that. They talk about that stuff behind closed doors. And that makes sense too. Why would they put this man's name in paperwork and he's still running around here on the streets? That don't make no sense. See? because he can potentially become a target and he can get killed. And why would they use him? Why would they do that to him if he's giving them certain type of information 30 years ago? They're not going to do that. They'll put certain people that they really don't fool with paperwork out there. But a guy like this, that's, he has the pulse of the community and stuff like that. He can give them certain type of information. They're not going to put his name out there so he can be exposed. And if they going to put his name out there, they're going to use certain code names. And like he said, it's up to you to figure it out, because you have to understand the verbiage of the court system. And he was saying a lot of them, they be acting like that they do understand court language, but they don't, So I thought it was very interesting. I'm thinking it's very interesting on how these guys are covering up for this guy. And here it is. He was telling back in the day. See? And that shows you the hypocrisy of a lot of these guys, is because if a low-level person like myself, if I'm in the streets and I start telling, they gonna call me a snitch. If a big-time drug dealer like Alpo is labeled a snitch. But you see how they pull the goalposts for people that they care about. See, a lot of people like Bimmy. And look, Bimmy may be a very nice guy. Cool to be around. You could talk to him and stuff like that. He can give you advice on certain things, but that don't excuse the fact that if he's telling, if you going by street politics, you supposed to call this man out on that. You supposed to call him out on that. But see, look, this is another thing that a lot of our people do that is very messy, is that we talk too much on the internet. See, this infighting or this stuff that's going on with these different fractions or groups that's on these podcasts really supposed to be done behind closed doors. See? But a lot of times it's not done on behind closed doors. Is because why? It's because a lot of these people, they want views and likes and stuff like that. But in actuality, they done put this man's life in jeopardy. See? They done put this man's life in jeopardy because he could potentially come out here in these streets on Tuesday and then get killed on Wednesday. See? And also, he can potentially put people's lives in danger is because he know the effects of being labeled a snitch. So that guy Zip the Drip, when he brought that information out, his life could be in danger because of this. See? So, I listened to Divine and I listened to some other people and stuff like that. And a lot of that stuff makes sense, man. It's like, man, they don't have to put his name in paperwork. They could talk about him as being a prime suspect or whatever, or a prime informant behind closed doors. It's because they trying to hide his identity, see? And look, ladies and gentlemen, he could be still telling right now. It's because you got what you call hip-hop police. They go around, they be sniffing around for these different individuals that be in the rap industry and stuff like that. You never even know. He could be giving them, he could be still telling even to this day, brothers and sisters. So, the moral of the story is that, look, you got to watch who you listening to. See, Mikey B, 050 The Movement, Streets Knowledge Podcast, Lil Boosie, all of them niggas is lying, man. They lying. They lying for this man. Talking about 50 Cent, Boosie talking about how 50 Cent cleared his name. First of all, how 50 gonna clear somebody else? How he gonna clear this man's name? When Bimmy was at the height of his career in the drug game, 50 Cent was a young boy. He may know him from the neighborhood and stuff like that, but he don't know every intricate detail of what's going on. And really, 50 is a confidential informant too. And what I mean by that, he got that show called Power, the BMF story. Even though it's good for entertainment, but what is he put out there for? He's put out there to gear our young kids, get them a mindset of destruction and chaos in the community. See so he's you can't believe him. See, we gotta stop thinking that these guys are upstanding. No, they not. That show Power and the BMF story is structuring our kids. If you poor, you got to go get it by any means necessary, even if that means that you got to step on your own people in order to do it. So with that being said, brothers and sisters, peace, shalom.